the grey man does whatever a grey man can. Can he make a comic feed? Yes, he can. He just did. Watch now, a video from Grey Man. A video from Grey Man.
Grey Maniacs gather! Hi everybody, let's cut the camera out a little bit. It's me again, it's the Grey Man. I'm back, oh yeah. I'm back with my après-birthday haul. My post-birthday haul, let's call it that. So we already had my pre-birthday haul, which is one I bought for Facebook seller. And then my birthday haul was another massive one I bought off my Facebook, for a different Facebook seller. Before I went away to Lisa's for my birthday, I'd already ordered something from mycomicshop.com, and when I got home from Lisa's, it was here. But before that, Lisa gave me some birthday money. This Wednesday's just gone. I'm just thinking about it. It's the only birthday present I got. I don't get any birthday presents anymore, being an old fart. No one buys me anything anymore. But then I sort of stopped buying other people's stuff as well because I was unemployed. I couldn't afford it. But I spent enough money on myself, so that has to do. So I've got Lisa's haul. Money Lisa gave me. I've got a present. I said two presents. I get another present. When I got home, I had a present from my nephew, my oldest nephew Adam. He sent me a comic book for my list as well. That's really cool. Well, so these first time I show off. These were actually given to me free by the comic shop. Just threw them in. I don't know what the cause of that was. Why he's sort of throwing in free comics nowadays. But it was the first part of Pennyworth, which was quite good. I quite enjoyed that. And also a Punchline one shot. I think it's a one shot anyway. Yeah, that was an interesting look at the character. Not quite, interesting. Someone not quite getting her raison d'etre, but it's like, someone who's been influenced by the craziness of the Joker. Right, this only cost me £1. Basically, I bought one of these. I think a lot of people were harping on about it for a while. I saw it again. I've never paid more than £1 for these Cemetery Beach, and I thought, oh, one more part to go. I just pick them up when I find them, kind of thing. It's not even a great story, to be honest. It's just like I'm sort of like picking it up because I feel like I want to just get a run finished. It's on my list. I want to finish the run. It just seems to be nothing but one long chase and fight, really. So it's okay. It'd be nice if they made a movie out of it, but I doubt they ever will. I managed to pick up a bunch of these World's Finest Huntress and Power Girl pretty cheap, and so I'm just I basically got them on the list now. So this is. I still got quite a lot to go, but I think I got £1 for this one as well. Nice and cheap for £1. Right, also for £1, really, really bad condition, but this is my oldest World's Finest now. The back cover's not there. The front cover's just like resting gently against the rest of the comic book. It's in no way connected at all. But it's World's Finest 134. The front cover looks like it's been used to wash a car with or something like that. Or to scrape down, I don't know, maybe clean the driveway. It's not in great nick. But for £1, for World's Finest 134, I'm not going to leave it there. And looking at it like this, it looks alright, but up close you can see it's all wrinkly and crinkly and yeah. But for £1, it's like, well, I'll get to read the story. That's what I want. I want to read the story. So, yeah, all good. Let's put these upside down so they don't go out of order. Right, there are quite a few like older Action and Superman, and it was like £4, £5, £3. I just picked like the ones that were only £2 basically, because I'm a low grade kind of guy. I like more for my buck. So £2 for this Action Comics. Another Action for just £2. Can't say no to a bit of Superman. Another £2 Action. Getting whopped by a giant fist. From the centre of the earth, a new menace challenges the Man of Steel. Eterno, gigantic immortal, more powerful than Superman himself. And a bit of go-go check loveliness. I can't stand the pain! Your kryptonite spray is killing me too slowly! Please, have mercy! Increase the dosage! Finish me off fast! Featuring The Cage of Doom! Yeah, The Cage of Doom there, folks. I probably would have, if my plan goes to rightly, I probably would have shown these off already in a stream. Hopefully I'm going to do a stream Saturday night with Ranger Sly. And whoever else wants to join us. Right, some nice adventure comics. These were a little bit more priced. This is £3. £3 for Adventure Comics. Jonathan, this sure is a super picnic. Hamburgers grilled by the heat vision of our super daughter Lana, and lemonade made ice cold by our son Super Breath. And Superboy saying, I'm real glad I gave Lana Lang superpowers like mine, and that the folks adopted her into our family. Now that she knows my secret identity, she'll stop being a pest. Lana Lang, Superboy's sister. Okay. Sister, is it? What happened to her own dad? She had a father. She wasn't an orphan. Wake up, Clark. Here comes Superboy on patrol. Uh-oh. As soon as Luthor discovers he's talking to a Clark Kent dummy, he'll know I slipped out of prison to switch to Superboy. He'll expose my secret identity to the world. Featuring Lex Luthor and Clark Kent, cellmates. I've no idea how Lex Luthor, the most intelligent man in the world, would not notice that was a dummy in about 2 seconds. It's like, okay. But picks up a couple of Batman, and as is typical with Batman, they're like 2.5 times the price of the Superman comics. So the Action comics, older, only £2. The Batman ones, £5, so 2.5 times the price. But there was a couple in there that were on my list. So number 344, The Story You've Been Waiting For, Monster My Sweet, a full-length epic tale, cover by Joe Kubert. You see Batman teetering off the edge of a building, that hands around his throat of some strange-looking creature. Is that a swamp beast? The arms look massive. It's like the arms, are they actually arms? They just really look, are they tentacles? I don't believe it's Swamp Thing, but it's a Swamp Thing-esque kind of creature. Right, and £5 also for number 384, The Days of the Calendar Man. I quite like the appearance of Calendar Man in the what do you call it, the Suicide Squad movie. He basically said something mean to Polka Dot Man when he was in his cell. You knew it was the more updated version with the numbers tattooed around his bald head. That version of the Calendar Man. Well, a couple of Conans as well. A few Conans, mostly £3 or £2 each. Your sword will be useless against me, barbarian, when my magic has turned you to stone. The sorceress of the swamp. I say. Oh yeah. That's interesting. She turns my weapon rock hard as well. Like turned to stone. Like magic. Stone magic. Anyway, when the god of death beckons, even heroes must fall. That's a big jump to 120. Then number 19 there, but it was quite expensive. No, £8 or something like that. No, another dime maybe. Right, Conan the Barbarian 155. I just called him Barian. Conan the Barbarian. Conan the Barbarian. I think he's fighting the same monster that Batman was fighting on that rooftop. The long green arm. No, it's slightly different. This one's got claws. Right, 159. We don't even get any spiel on the covers anymore. See, this is where they're missing out. How can anyone tell you this is better? It's nice art, but how can anyone say that these are better than the cover where you can read some stuff and get some intrigue, get some excitement, get some trepidation, some energy, some vigour, some frisson of excitement from the words. Yeah, go back to those days, comic books. You're missing out. So that's good, but it'd be a whole lot better if it told you a little bit about what was going on and gave you a nice catchy blurb title on the cover. Carnage in Cimmeria! You know, even making up a title makes it sound better. But, yeah. Right, got a couple of Daredevils as well. Basically, I just went around alphabetically, and as soon as all my money was spent, that was it, I stopped. Yeah. I think I went from D straight to W because I thought I'd see if there's a couple of them world's finest ones. Yeah. So this is Assistant Editor's Month. Daredevil in Savages. Some weird guy in the corner saying, boy, that's scary. And it's down as Pop Art Productions. Is that character's name Pop Art or something? I don't know. Warning, surgeons have generally determined that assistant editor's month is dangerous to your health. I dare say the story inside this series, because Daredevil wasn't really played for guffaws, was he? I would kind of remember that character as well. He was like like a jungle Tarzan kind of guy, but he was like a bit of a cult leader, stroke guru, and people were flocking to him, and he was taking advantage of them. And Daredevil didn't like him. Can't remember what his name was now, like Wild or something like that, or Savage maybe, I can't remember. Right, then we've got to tie into the Mutant Massacre. The Mutant Massacre continues, and it's Daredevil taking on Sabretooth. Can't argue with that one, eh? That's 238. Right, here is the final triumph of Typhoid Mary. Giant size spectacular. Daredevil 260. There's Typhoid Mary. Quite a cool character in her day, I thought. She looked pretty cool. And the last one from Lisa's Money, Daredevil, we got only one man can find the missing Daredevil, and only one man can stand the heat in Hell's Kitchen, the fabulous Human Torch. You'd be very much forgiven for thinking that was a Fantastic Four cover, wouldn't you? Looks very Fantastic Four-esque. Is it? No. JR, oh, John Romita Jr. and BW, it says. I'm not sure who BW is. But I'm guessing that's John Romita Jr. JR. Right, so that was the comments got from Lisa. So that was cool. Thank you, babe. Love you. Yeah, nice couple of comic books there. Bit of Marvel as well. Yeah. Right. So, when I got home from Lisa's, after spending a pleasant week there, I had a comic from my nephew Adam. Thank you very much. He actually ordered it off eBay, but it actually came from the closest shop to where I live. Actually came from just down the road from where I live, actually. So that was interesting. This one is really weird. Superman and Man of Tomorrow, number 13. It's been on my list for ages. The only comic from that run that was on my list. And I didn't pick it up. Like, I should pick it. I don't know why I didn't pick it up previously, but for some reason I thought, no, I might have made a mistake. Maybe I have got that comic book. It seems really weird. But, like, he bought it for me, and it's cleared off the list. And I look at the cover, it doesn't look familiar, so I couldn't have had it. So it's like, okay. So now I do have it. So that's cool. Thank you very much, Adam. And they sent a free comic with it as well. Krypton freebie item. This item is yours completely free with our compliments. Best wishes, Krypton Comics. And it's a comic I don't have, but it's part of a mini-series. And now I feel like I have to buy the rest of the mini-series. It's Superman Metropolis, number 2. Chuck Austin and Daniel Zazila. But I looked at the art. The art's pretty awful, to be honest. Well, it's got a very strange style. It looks like it's Jimmy Olsen heavy comic book. I looked inside it. The art was, I thought, was a bit. What do you think of that cover? Right, it seems like too dark, and I don't know. But yeah, I might have to try and add the rest to my list. Right, massive stack from mycomicshop.com. We won't say how much it cost me. Let's say this was a celebration for finally getting a job. This was spending money that I don't have yet. A haul, basically. Right, really annoying. mycomicshop.com. I'd saved stuff on there for ages, and hadn't clicked buy because I knew I didn't have the money. I wasn't clicking buy. I was putting them on there, and it felt in my head that putting them on there was almost like buying them without spending the money. But he helped me to not sort of really buy them. But anyway, I ended up. There was a couple of them that I knew I'd already picked up elsewhere, so I deleted them from the stack. Yeah, and then I ended the stack, paid for it. Noticed the ones I'd taken off the stack have been added back onto the stack. So I've got doubles here. Ones that I've already picked up. And the most expensive comic that I picked up is one that I already had. I messaged them, we can't change it once it's been done. Blah, blah, blah. It's been annoying. But what can you do? So this is a double. $15 I paid for this double. So obviously I'm going to have to try and sell it on. You may have even seen this twice yesterday, once in the stream with Ranger Sly and once in Cover Slingers, because it's got a moon on the cover, and the moon is the is the theme for this week's Cover Slingers. So I would not be at all surprised if I show this tomorrow on Cover Slingers. It's a very nice cover. Wonder who it is. Is it Paro maybe? I don't know. Can't see any writing on it. Right, anyway, let's carry on. Right, these finish off a run. This is a run that I've been trying to get on for ages. Trying to finish off for ages. It's my Avengers Spotlight or Solo Avengers run. There was 2 left in there. Now, basically, a lot of the comics from this one are clearing up runs, clearing up stuff I've not been able to buy. So I'll have got a load to be added to my reading pile. But my reading pile is already huge from these, but some of them, because I finished the run and I haven't read any of the other comics yet, I have to take the whole lot out and read them all now. Now that I've got the run complete, so you can see there's a lot of stuff making up. My read pile is going to be like a long box by now, I reckon. Right, anyway, Avengers Spotlight number 27. That finishes up. I won't be reading the full run because I've read the other ones when I got them, so these ones I've just got to read individually. And then put them in the box. In fact, it's all my Avengers comics that that I plan to buy and now been purchased. So any others that I buy, like the earlier ones, they're not actually on my list, but I'm just buying them because I want them. Right, this is another one to finish my run. It's only a 4-part run. Curse of the Weird. It was a bunch of Marvel reprints, but I had one, I think, given from my mate Bub, I think. Not Bub from Bub's Comics, but Bub from a band called Bub, a grindcore band. Yeah. Anyway, Curse of the Weird. Save me from the curse of the weird. Return of the brain. Menace of the hog. Till death do us part. Enter where monsters dwell. It says Ron Wolverton Wagner. It says, is that supposed to be the guy's name or is that supposed to be the artist? It's an interesting style. Is it an old, taken from an old comic maybe? It looks old school. Right, managed to nearly finish up my Dazzler run. One comic. I couldn't find, one comic wasn't on sale on there, so I'm one away from finishing off Dazzler now. So I've got this garish but kind of interesting looking cover. Is this a Sienkiewicz? No, Sienkiewicz? Can't quote that out. Could be Sienkiewicz. He's got that kind of weirdo style. He does have some interesting styles. Right, Dazzler, Sounds of Light and Fury. Another quite interesting cover. It's obviously an album cover. Has it been held up against the spotlights maybe from a club, or not quite sure what it's meant to depict. That's an interesting cover. It's the Shining Superstar versus the Racing Ramjets, and our money's on the Dazzler. If it's not racing, it's Racine. Is that a town? Is there a town called Racine? Racine Ramjets. Is it roller derby? Is Dazzler playing some roller derby for high stakes? Right, and the last one from Dazzler that I've got. Because you demanded it. Oh, this is interesting. Because you demanded it. The last issue of the Dazzler. That's kind of... Sure, it's because you didn't demand it, we decided to cancel it. Not because you demanded it, we decided to stop it. So there's lots of all these people all going, stop doing Dazzler. Finish Dazzler now. Surely it'd be lack of sales that made it happen, not a demand by people to make it happen, or unless the book was really that terrible. Well, another comic book I'd like to fill out so I can read them all is Ghost Rider, the original Ghost Rider run, the Johnny Blaze run rather. Back, mortal, your energy ring will not claim another victim. Wrong, Hellspawn, it's about to be turned on you. Showdown with the Enforcer, and in the shadows waits the Water Wizard. Okay. The Water Wizard's not quite as dubiously sort of dangerous as he's got quite good powers I suppose, but I don't know, he's not like a high echelon. I think both of those, I think the Enforcer was killed by the Scourge of the Underworld, I'm sure, and Weather Wizard was the guy who escaped from the Scourge of the Underworld by turning up late to the Bar with No Name, when the Bar with No Name, everyone was wiped out by the Scourge posing as the barman. I'm sure it was Water Wizard who turned up late and managed to survive. I could be wrong. Anyway. Or was it Hydro Man? I don't know, I think it was Water Wizard. Anyway, number 25. With fear and fire, the hellborn biker blazes a trail to vengeance, and is after the menace called Malice. Possibly the most spectacular running battle ever. Mayhem at 180 miles per hour. There you go. Nice Ghost Rider. Nice angle as he's sort of almost blazing off the comic cover. Flames belching from his hands and engulfing him as he races towards you. Excuse my bad motorbike impersonation. I think I've got about 5-6 more Ghost Riders to pick up, and they all seem to be quite a bit pricier, like the first Son of Satan, that kind of one. Right, Demon Within. This is number 34. Fire, I lead you to burn. Do 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 do. I'll see you burn. Do 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 do. Burn, burn, burn. Yeah, there's some fire on that one. Right, number 35. Death Race. He seems to be having a race with an alien of some sort. And there's a big skull in the sky behind him. Right. So that's the Ghost Riders in this little lot. So about 6 more to go, possibly. Right, this is the last one that I needed for this run. The penultimate issue. When Sunspot leaves, can the end be far behind? No, it can't. In fact, you've got one more issue and then you're done. And then you're going to go on to X-Force, which will be an absolute pile of dung. And look. No, say it isn't so. Yes, it is. It's Liefeld After Burn. So this is a homage. A homage. Is this the one where Cyclops is leaving the team? Possibly. Yeah, I bet Byrne did it better. Right, this is another one that finishes off a run. I don't need to read the others because I was reading these as they went along, because it's an anthology horror title by Boom Studios, and it has to be for me because it's Cthulhu Tales. Cthulhu Tales! Finally got number 1. Finished off the run. Ah, yeah. Right, then this next one is from a 12-part series. Now that I've got this part, I can read the whole lot, so there's some added to my pile to read. It's the new maxi series of Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen. He's undercover, I'm guessing. Some killer aliens or something, and he's trying to infiltrate them. I'm not sure if his head will fit inside the strange helmet. Is it robots there? I can't remember if it's robots. No, it's not robots. I don't know what it is, to be honest. It looks like I thought it was like hordes of robots. It just seems to be like a cone. Yeah, very weird. I don't know what those are supposed to be. Right, and then also another 12-parter around about the same time, also Superman related. It's Lois Lane. Whereas Jimmy retained his joking, laughy, kind of humorous kind of thing. Looking at his covers, Lois Lane long stopped being, girl power, serious, hard-hitting reporter, investigative reporter, capable, strong, intelligent, beautiful, of course. Yeah. I kind of like the old style. I very much like the old style Lois Lane, but they are of their time. You can understand why they wouldn't want to do Lois Lane now in the style they did back in that simpering Superman. Oh, Superman! Oh, when were you ever married? You don't really need that kind of 50s style mentality. In comic books now. And if they was doing it as a homage and everyone, they're tongue in cheek, and everyone knew it was meant to be from jokey of that time, but like in modern day times, Lois has got to be all the things that she is: clever, investigative reporter. Right, now I'm trying to finish off this run. God, it's got a bit of a blinking tape pull on this one. How do you call that? VG? I don't know. It's got a massive tape pull over the blinking S. I just know it's not like really that bothered. Tribulus Unleashed. But yeah, I'm trying to finish off this Rebels run, because the old Legion run from the 80s is one of my favourites ever. Went on to Rebels, and then they brought out another Rebels that I hadn't even seen. So I've been trying to pick all those out. And they never had that many of them, actually. The ones that I needed them. It's got a right blinking ding in the corner as well. But it's only a VG anyway, so it's probably okay under the auspices of a VG. But yeah, it's not like it's worth anything. Right, managed to fill off this run from the New Age of Heroes. Interestingly enough, this is the only one that I actually read from this. I think I read it online actually, and then I picked up the whole lot. Apart from this one, I managed to pick up this one now. So this has got to go into my to read pile. So it's Damage. Damage number 1. People were calling him like DC's Hulk kind of thing. And they already had a character called Damage, but they reused the name for this one. Right, this is a really poor quality old Hawkman. Number 9. It doesn't say what quality. It doesn't give you a grade on the label. Normally it gives you a grade, but it doesn't on this one. Liquid diamond engulfing us, solidifying around our bodies. A lot of goods that's gonna do you, Hawkman. You'll never escape my diamond trap. The winged wonders in the fight of a lifetime against a villain who mobilizes raw elements of nature. Master trap of the Matter Master. Extra special guest appearance by the Atom. So there you go. Very bad. I've tried like folding it with me thumbs, like fold it into a shape a bit more, but that spine is, yeah, not having it much. But you know, whatever. Cost me less. Made it easier to purchase. I've got the story there. The cover's not too bad. I can live with that. Right, another one, low grade. Another bit of low grade goodness. Another Hawkman. It's number 25. Return of the Death Goddess. Also inside, Collector's Classic. It's a beautiful green lady here. Not sure why she's green. You think like a controlling flame should be red, but maybe that's just the least of her powers. Maybe she has other powers as well. After all, it says Death Goddess, not Flame Goddess. So maybe that's just one of the many powers she'll bring to bear to make Hawkman's life a misery. I think it says 2.0 underneath that other sticker, so yeah. Low grade is better than no grade. This one annoyed me when I saw the cover on it, actually. Not the cover, but the sticker on the cover. It made me think, September 27, Hawkman, 12 centre. That's a thing. It's probably from, I guess it's from 68. Right, because it's got a sticker. It says cover, and then look, centerfold. It's got all this kind of up here, and I couldn't work out what it was supposed to be saying. I don't think you can see that very well. There you go. That's probably, and I thought it looked like it was saying half a page is cut off or something like that. Couldn't work out what that code was meant to be. Centerfold 1. Does it mean it's come off one staple in the centerfold? Is that what it means? I don't know. Maybe it means it's only one staple in the middle pages. But when I flicked it through, because I thought it was trying to tell me half a page was missing. I was like, well, I don't remember seeing that in the description. But yeah, I don't think it is. Could be just loose on one staple maybe, which, yeah, right, I don't care. No bother. Nay bother, lad. As they say, probably somewhere in the world, in that accent. Right, and more DC Silver Age stupendousness. Got myself some Atom. Number 14. I think the Hawkman run and the Atom run are about 6 or 7 away on each of them. I've got the major key from the Hawkman run now. I've got number 4. I've got that in my birthday haul. I still need to get number 1 of the Atom. But, you know, maybe I'll get them all done by the end of this year. Maybe by Christmas. I'll manage to treat myself, or we'll see how it goes. The Revolt of the Atom's Uniform. My uniform's battling to live a life of its own. I've got to overpower it or remain 6 inches tall the rest of my life. I don't know what's going on there. How's that happening then? What's causing that to happen? I really don't know. But I will once I get around to reading it. This one I've got a feeling I've read in another book, like a reprint or something like that, because the what's happening on the cover is very familiar. So I think there might have been it might have been reprinted in another book that I've got. You know, they sometimes do, now for a DC classic, you may have, that kind of thing. The world's smallest superhero, the Atom, Days of the Bat Knights. The Atom better win this fight underground, or it will erupt into a worldwide war overground. So, remember definitely a story of these guys riding on the back of of bats, and they've got their own sort of kingdom in this cave, and there was some weird shenanigans in that story. The typical Silver Age madness. They're all good. Right, Guest starring Hawkman. It's Atom 31. Good man, bad man, turnabout thief, it says. And it looks like, oh, I see, that's interesting. So flaming arrows are being fired at Hawkman, and he's using a catapult to sling Atom at the enemies. For a second I thought he was catapulting something at Atom, but no, he's flinging Atom into battle using a slingshot or catapult. Yeah, that's pretty good nick, this one. Pretty good nick. Right, and a couple more. This is right, so Atom and Hawkman team up. Though the book officially is just called The Atom, but on the cover it's got The Atom and Hawkman. Vengeance of the Silver Vulture. What does it say? There's a little bit covered up by the blurb that I can't read. The Titan and the Fury. It says The Titan and the Fury. So it looks like they're fighting each other on this one. Atom has thrown some kind of Maltese falcon looking thing, the silver falcon, is it? No, silver vulture. And some giant cat is also attacking Hawkman. So, don't know what's happening there. I think the first Atom that I bought was Atom Hawkman together. It was my birthday book from 1969, September 1969. And they were both in it, but different stories. They had separate stories, so they weren't always teaming up. Quite often they were separate stories within the book. But this one, it looks like there's a team up involved. Joe Kubert as well on the cover. So yeah. Right, and this is one of the comics that I got. I think was it that first Hawkman one. I forgot about that actually. I was quite. You know what it's like. They got sellotape on the bloody comic books, and I'm trying to get it all folded in and stopping everything from turning over as I'm putting it back in, and the bloody sellotape caught on the bloody real comic cover, and I'm like, oh my god, how many times does this happen to me? And I just, I did, rather than trying to peel it off, I just cut the sellotape and stuck it down onto the cover. So you can't see there's a little bit of sellotape stuck on the front of the cover there. I might have a go at it like with a heater or something like that to try and get that sellotape to peel up without tearing off any of the blinking ink. I'll try. But it was like, yeah, I can try and peel it off and tear it and be depressed, or I can just cut it, stick it down. All the while the sellotape is there, it's safe, I suppose. I don't know if it have any long-term effect if I don't take it off. But at the moment, it's not torn. I have managed not to do a cover tear. Right, and this is the last one I've got. The Atom and Hawkman number 40. This might be the last one of the run. I'm not 100% sure, but we've got Hawkman towering above, holding a prone Atom, and could that be his minor bird? At one point, in one story, Atom has a pet minor bird who sort of like gets him into trouble. He kind of like talks smack to villains. I think he does anyway, if I recall. But yeah, it's quite fun. Yeah, it's possible because Hawkman can talk to birds, so maybe he sort of put a good word in for Atom, and like the minor bird was, I don't know, helping him fly into battle or something. Why not? If them other guys can ride on bats into battle, then why can't Atom ride on the back of a bird, huh? Especially when his mate can talk to birds. Makes sense. Talks to bird, but all the birds, no matter what species, they all go wee 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 wee. That's always the sound effect. Right, now I managed to finish off my Vertigo Madame Xanadu run as well from 2008. So here we've got Madame Xanadu number 4. I can't remember what got me onto that. Somehow I got number 1 from somewhere. I think I bought it for 20p or something like that. I saw it on a shop that was having a massive 20p sale, really good sale. They had another one this year and I bloody missed it. I didn't even see it until it was too late. But yeah, and I read it and that was a really good take on Madame Xanadu, so I've put it on my list and I've finally got all of them now. So I've got something like a 28 comic run that will be added to my reading pile. Of course, Madame Xanadu has been alive since the time of of Camelot, King Arthur. And so it looks like here she's in French society, pre-revolution society. So I wonder if she's gonna have a bit of a revolutionary hassle, guillotine-related problems. For a second, I thought my camera gone fuzzy. Right, very beautiful covers. I've got to say, they're very gorgeous. You know, it's not as good for me as the old comic books, you know, the blurbs and the talking on, but at least they're interesting covers. I think they're really quite nice. Like beautiful women and just nice imagery, and there she's walking in the rain with an umbrella. This, I don't know what's going on above this woman's head. There's blood. Could that be a head about to be guillotined? Is she observing an execution of a noblewoman, maybe? That's possible. Right, and this could be further forward in time. It looks like it's Zatara. Maybe she's with Zatara here, who of course is Zatanna's father. Would it be like World War II times? He was a hero in the 40s, wasn't he? 30s and 40s, I think. Is that Phantom Stranger? Yeah, of course it is. Of course it's Phantom Stranger. What am I saying? Because you can see there's, you know, like the magic tricks where they have a box and the sections of the box turn around and it looks like someone's being turned around. So there's 3 people. So you got Zatara, you got there's Zatara, Phantom Stranger, Madame Xanadu, and the middle bits have all been moved around. And that, of course, that is the Phantom Stranger's middle section, isn't it? 'Cause he's got his medallion there, and obviously this lady is like the assistant turning the magic box. Oh, this looks like it's a story from her youth, maybe, because I think in this comic run she was like retconned slightly, because her early appearances she's just like a mysterious woman. I think this story attempted to give her an origin, and it turns out she's like from the fairy folk, and yeah, I think in the first issue she's making love to Merlin, I think. Yeah, she's quite a raunchy thing. She's like, because she's not fully human either, she's not like in one of the storylines later on she's like Jason Blood and the Demon's lover. Yeah. That's an unlikely threesome, I must say. That's a menage a trois that yeah, let's not go there. I suppose technically they're not cheating on it. I don't know, whatever. The question, by the looks of it. No, it's not the question. For some reason, I thought I saw his face was missing. Like this, it looks like his face is missing. But who is it? That is the question. But it's not the question, or is it the question? Maybe it is the question. I don't know. Could be Dr. Occult. But we'll see. Right, another interesting cover. Matt Wagner as well, doing a lot of the stories. He does good stories. I can't remember what he's done. I think Matt Wagner, was he not in Sandman Mystery Theatre for a while? I believe, and I think he did some Batman, and yeah. It's like don't ask me to quote what he's done, but from what I can remember, I'm sure that I've always enjoyed what I've read by him. I think Matt Wagner does Grendel, and a couple of times I've read his own book Grendel, and I've not been impressed. But I think it was a Batman Grendel crossover, and I was like, didn't really dig that. Right, I managed to finish off another run and get blinking doubles. This is the last lot. Right, I already got I think I went to a shop and I got like 10 copies, the first 10 issues from this run for like cheap, and it was the Phantom Stranger, and I was already trying to pick up the Silver Age run. I've still got about 8 of those to pick up, and I quite like this New 52 run. I read the first 12 issues, something like that, and quite enjoyed them. It was like another attempt to give an origin to the Phantom Stranger, which I kind of didn't mind the origin. The origin made a certain sense. It's a JMD Matisse doing the story, and he's pretty good. He's done lots of good stuff as well. Again, don't quote me. I know he did some Justice League America, and he done a bit of some of the funny sort of humorous kind of like comics. This isn't really humorous, but anyway, he's sort of given him an origin where he never had an origin before, and I kind of don't agree with giving an origin because it stops him from being the stranger. You know, the idea of the Phantom Stranger, he's mysterious, you don't know anything about him. That's what I thought. And there was always as a stranger, there's always like the opportunity to be suggestive, to give clues and hints of perhaps his origin, but never to actually tell his origin, because he's not a stranger anymore. That's my view of it. This has definitely got the question in it, because you see no more question. And this is New 52, and it's Vic Sage by the looks of it. Vic Sage question. So this is all a bit confusing because Vic Sage died and was replaced by Rennie Montoya. And Rennie Montoya is current as the question in that run of Lois Lane that I showed you earlier on. But then this one from previously, in the New 52, did Vic Sage come back for a time? And I don't know. But yeah, I think it's a male. It might even be Vic Sage. It's a male question. Who originally was Vic Sage, but whether he is in this one, don't quote me on it. Well, this one looks like he's crossing over maybe with the Justice League Dark. Swamp Thing, Constantine, Zoriel, the Angel, and I'm not too sure who the lady is there. Could be Nightshade? No, maybe. Different costume, not too sure. Could be a villain. Maybe it's a villain. Maybe she's a villain who's taken over the other guys, and that's when they've captured the Phantom Stranger. That's a possibility. Looks a little bit like Brother Blood. Could that be Brother Blood? He's worn some weird get-ups in his day, old Brother Blood. And he's kind of like quasi-mystical, isn't he? Looks like Aquaman. That looks like Etrigan. Could be. It's definitely some kind of crossover. Trinity. I can't see what the other word is. Trinity of Sin, is it? Trinity of Sin? Possibly some war with hell. Number 17. Oh dear. Yeah, looks like the devil's got the upper hand. Looks like Zoriel is having his wings plucked off. May not be Zoriel, might be a different angel, but definitely one of the angelic host getting plucked. Well and truly plucked there. Right, now this is super annoying. 2 copies of the same comic book because it didn't come out when I knocked it off my list, and so when I added it to my list, yeah, never mind. Right, they weren't expensive comics. One's VF and one's Fine. Fine's better than VF, isn't it? It's VF and then Fine, isn't it? I know, is VF better than Fine? Yeah, I'm not too sure. But yeah, I'll try and get off my lazy butt and sell one of them anyway. I can't really make much difference in... Can't tell what... It's half Superman. I'm not sure who the other person he's meant to be half of. It's got to be somebody evil, someone magically inclined. Who was that guy? Oh, I can't remember the guy's name. Anyway, never mind. Right, 3 more to go. Number 19. This one is annoying because it's another double. What happened? I didn't realise when I ordered this from my comic shop that I'd already had it being held aside for me by the guy who I bought comics off on my birthday. The day before my birthday haul. So this is now a double of this one, number 21. Yay, well done me. And yeah, then the final one, number 22. So I may read the first 10 again to catch myself back up on what happened, because I thought they were quite interesting. Quick reads as well, pretty quick reads. Oh yeah, and I was tipping you off. I mean, if you don't want to know what his origin is, but he may have changed it with the rebirth. They might have got rid of the New 52 and said, that's no longer necessarily the truth. We'll go back to being enigmatic about his origin. But in this one, they decided that he was Judas who betrayed Jesus to the Romans, and either hung himself or fell over and had his guts spill out over the ground. But God made him that, so he's got to perform a certain amount of tasks before he earns, I don't know, redemption, I guess. It's quite an interesting concept. But yeah, cheers for watching. That's probably been a massively long video. I'm off. I'm out of here. Cheers for tuning in. Leave a comment. Give it a thumbs up. Kind of, Yeah, let's not bother whinging about it. I try not to whinge about my views and my comments and my thumbs up. But I'm just gonna basically all I'm trying to do now is just not worry about it. Just like whatever. I'm not trying to grow the channel. I'm not trying to get more popularity. You got the people who like you and the people who don't, can't be bothered, got their own circle of friends or whatever. So yeah, it's all good. Yeah, I'm going to try not to buy any comics for a while because I've got a nice stack to read, but I've got a job starting on the 20th, so I'll have more money. So yeah, maybe I will be picking up some comics, some more strategic comics here and there. We shall see. And I actually got off my butt a bit and started looking again for the millionth time at the comics that I've got loads of. I've got four short boxes of comics that I can try and sell, even if I get them, somebody to sell them for 50p each or £1 each. One of them I found out was the first appearance of Dravelin from the Suicide Squad. I got a double of that one, so that's quite cool. He's not going for much, but and when he might be. It might be in demand because he was quite popular. Well, was he popular? But he was in the film that was quite popular. But anyway, whatever. I'm off. I'm out of here. Until next time, have a great, amazing day, and may all your news be good news. Have a great amazing day. I'll have a great amazing day. Have a great amazing day. I hope you have a great amazing day.